Well, congratulations on the win, man. I know that was a big one for you. Big knockout in Atlantic City, somewhere you're kind of familiar with. Talk to me about how you're feeling coming out of that one.
I feel like I'm in a high right now. As I was saying in the cage, going into this fight, I had just come back. I'm literally, it marks a year since I got ACL surgery. So, that's in the back of your mind, just recovering, going through all that, doing a fight camp without getting injured. And then, look, I missed weight by a pound. So my back was against the wall, and I'm just like, you know what? Go out, show out, leave it all in there. And I'm just so thankful for all the people in my corner, my coaches, the man Tiger Showman himself, my Shians, my mentors, everyone in my corner. And I tell you what, I'm on a high right now. It feels unbelievable. We were looking for this.
And I know yesterday's weigh-in, you mentioned it was kind of weird or whatever you want to call it. I don't think we've seen that before. I guess from your perspective, kind of what went wrong there?
Look, I got on the scale. It said 147. We had an hour because I know, like here, I guess they cut it now, so it's from 9 to 10. Checked on the scale, it was 147. They gave me an hour. I came back, and then when I came back, they said I was heavier. And I mean, we were sweating and we were doing. But regardless, look, no excuse. I missed weight, and it's unprofessional of me, and I'm going to correct that. I adjust it. I'm not going to really make any excuses for it. I'll come back, and we do it better, and then we take a run at 45.
And with that, with the foul in the first round, I guess, how did you remain focused throughout this whole week?
It always messes with your head when you make that one mistake, especially when it comes to the weight cut, because you're just like, damn. It's like, that gets in your mind. It's like, I didn't make weight. But to me, I'm like, look, this was the last fight of my contract, and I want to keep going. I want to take a run at this because I know I got what it takes. And guess what? I'm like, go out there and show out. Leave it all in there. That's it. And what a better way to do it than to get a finish, second round.
Yeah, and I heard you say in your first answer, you kind of felt like your back was against the wall,
Yeah.
Last contract. So I'm sure maybe you didn't want those thoughts to creep in too much in the training camp, but I guess how much actually, now that you reflect on it, does this mean for your career?
It's a huge, jump. I feel like if I would have finished this fight in decision, it would have been different. But listen, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to fight the next person. So just get back in there, make the adjustments that I need to make, and just get back and train with the team. Got a bunch of savages on my team, all Team Tiger Showmans, and guess what? We're here to take over, right? So let's freaking do it. I do want to give a shout out because this fight was also, I don't really mention this to anybody, but I know people are going through a tough time. My dad is fighting stage 4 cancer, and it's not easy. That I told my coaches that I'm using it as my fire, and I know if he's fighting that fight, I gotta win this fight, because that's not easy. And to anybody out there, who's going through a tough time, stand your ground, keep going, don't give up, keep your head up, and just fight on. That's it.
Thanks for sharing that, man. Wishing them the best.
Julio, you mentioned, a couple times about your ACL. I want to know, what does this win speak to you as just a competitor, being able to bounce back and, get a KO in your first appearance back?
I think all the fighters can attest to this. When you go through surgery, and especially like ACL, when it becomes your knees or your pecs, whatever, it's like a major surgery, you have to be on the shelf. And it does mess with your head a little bit, because think about this was like, I had to learn how to kind of use my leg again. And that happened when I got double elbow surgery. I had to learn how to use my arms again. And it messes with your head a little bit, but I trust all the people on my team, the people I went to PT with, my coaches. They were like, I took it one step at a time. I stayed active. I stayed working. I did everything that I could, and I found no excuse. I just found a way to just keep on going because I wanted to come back. This is what I love to do, and I want to keep going.
Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Right here, Leo. Congrats. Did the knee hold up okay? You still feeling good?
Yo, I feel fantastic, man. I didn't feel it at all. So you know what? All I got to think is, PT, my man Dr. Brian, you did a great job. Thank you.
And then you got the big KO.
Yeah.
Did you see that leading up to the fight? Were there holes in Herbert's game you saw, or was that kind of a surprise?
From watching Herbert's fights, his jiu-jitsu is high level. And I know we went in there knowing that. So we have to be patient. If you notice, he shot a couple times. I took my time defending the takedowns. And I know that he tends to fade out later in the rounds, right? And my coaches were like, look, he was already feeling tired. He was shooting for it. He just kind of swung. I'm like, all right, was patient. Then we found the opening and we took it.
And then after this one, are you looking to make up for any time off? Like, how many times do you want to fight the rest of the year, ideally?
You know what? Like I said, first, let's get another contract, and then we schedule a fight. And I know there's a bunch of 45ers that are available. So if they want to go towards the end of the year, let me know. But let's take a run at this.
And then last one for me. I know it was a weird weight cut. I don't know if, or not weight cut, weigh in. I don't know if that was, some iffiness with the scale. But regardless of that, you think your performance tonight overweighed that, no pun intended, and the contract's coming?
Absolutely. The fact that we got out there and we were able to do this and get a big finish, it shows a lot.
You fought on the Lou Neglia's Ring of Combat jersey, right?
Yeah, I did. I literally came up through Ring of Combat to Lou Neglia's promotions. From Combat Capital Kickboxing, Ring of Combat MMA, I was the bantamweight and featherweight champion in Ring of Combat. I did like one CFFC fight, but literally all my fights were here in New Jersey.
I was going to say full circle, man.
Yeah, no,
Probably
it's
pretty
crazy,
surreal.
right? It's crazy.
Well, congratulations out there. Listen, talking about that, just to piggyback on it, down the Boardwalk, Tropicana, Lou Negia, a lot of your fights out there as well. Being here at Boardwalk Hall, it erupted. It's out there, again, one of the things I mentioned during media day. 1929, everybody you could possibly think of. UFC's back in town after 6 years. What did that feel like out there?
I'll tell you what, that crowd was electrifying. And to get that finish, that made it even sweeter. And I tell you what, I felt the energy. As my coach was telling me in the back, he's like, this is your home. He's like, this is your home. You've been here the whole time. Nobody comes into your home and then beats you. And guess what? He got in my freaking mind. I was like, yo, damn, we got to go out there and finish this right now.
So, and some of those 45s out there that you want to put out there, anything?
I know, I think I saw Nathaniel Wood, who's a former 35 who moved up. That'd be a possible opponent if he doesn't have anybody yet, whether I go to the UK or he comes here. But listen, first, let's get this next contract, and let's make a run at this.